Depth, I question for the Bucks. They're down 2 starters. I think people forget Dante DiVincenzo was originally a starter with that unit.
Right.
And then, now, of course, we've got Giannis. To me, there is just so much continuity on the side of the Phoenix Suns. And, in fact, Vegas be knowing. What's
Always,
up.
right?
So
Always.
I think that between Monty Williams' in-game adjustments and his game-to-game adjustments, I think between Chris Paul at the head of the snake and then the beast that Devin Booker has been in terms of scoring the basketball, I'm not sure who I'm putting on Book. PJ Tucker, maybe that is going.
You want Booker to cover? You're saying, right? What's
No,
the
I'm
matchup
saying
on
the other
that
way
side?
around.
Oh, the other way?
Who's going to guard Book? Is it Tucker?
That might have but that might have to be more of a team concept.
And so that's what I'm
I
saying.
think without Giannis, defense even more important for the Bucks than the offensive side of the basketball because they can make up some of that offense. But guys, usually it's the players who know. Usually it's the players that'll reveal how they feel. Here's 2 different takes from 2 different Buck players, and we'll call this Straight Talk, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless, about the potential of the Giannis absence. Again, doubtful for tonight, dealing still with that knee injury. So let's first listen to Jrue Holiday on how it would be to lose Giannis in the series.
The way Giannis plays, there are no letdowns. He's continually going to the basket, being aggressive on both ends of the floor, and he brings so much to this team, and he does so much for us that I feel like having losing that would really be hard for us. So just continue to be aggressive from minute 0 to 48.
So it would be difficult, obviously. I mean, you would say that about an MVP, of course. If you don't have him in the lineup, absolutely difficult to play. Now, Khris Middleton, who has he's leading the Bucks in the playoffs, averaging 23 a game. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, Giannis averaging 28, but right now with Giannis out, Middleton's their leading scorer at 23 a game, and he has had huge quarters to lead this team to the finals. And I say lead because that's really what he's done. He's been the closer. So how does Khris Middleton feel? How does Robin feel at the wheel of the Batmobile? Listen to this.
When Giannis is out there, a lot of times we could just give him the ball and let him go to work and, let him orchestrate a lot of things out there. Without him, we have to do it by committee, moving the ball around, driving it a little bit more, playing just a little bit faster with a little bit of different flow. But, I think guys have done a great job of adjusting with him not out there in, 2 of the most important games of our season.
So what are we reading into that, Mike? Because I'm reading Khris Middleton sort of saying, like, we're good. We'll just play a little different, but we're fine.
Yeah, it's a little bit of the Coach Belichick pregame sort of media approach of, like, we're not going to give away too much here. But, look, they're a confident group. They should be. Again, I think they're deep. When you think about guys like P.J. Tucker, who's a great defensive player, we saw him guard KD. I don't know if athletically he can keep up with Booker, but we'll see. Pat Connaughton, obviously a great shooter. So I think this is a team that could beat you a lot of different ways. We saw him play really big and physical again against Atlanta. Obviously, Phoenix is an even more athletic, explosive team. But I think at the end of the day, given their depth, their toughness, and obviously if Giannis comes back at some point, I just think over a 7-game series, they are the better team. And look, Chris Paul is a great story, but one of the questions would be is, can he withstand 7 games? Like, is he going to be able to, will he wear down at some point? That's another, to me, another sort of like angle to this series that we're going to have to watch.
Yeah, that is definitely something. He's been dealing with stuff throughout this playoffs. That was Straight Talk, by the way, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. Monica, how about you? From the difference, I think it was contrasting takes by Holiday and by Middleton about missing Giannis.
Well, one's a point guard and one is like the scorer, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, and I think it reflects when you think of how Holiday has played with this Bucks unit. And I loved Jen Latta's analogy yesterday. Like, it's like being a parent. The kid calls, and the mom's waiting to see if the dad answers. Like, Holiday is so
right. If
focused
the other
on
parent's not home, you're responding immediately.
And so Giannis will be the other parent. And so Middleton, we've seen play free, play loose, and he actually probably has more of that luxury to do that even when Giannis is on the floor because of the expectation to him to be that 1-2 punch. Mm-hmm. But Holiday, as a point guard, he's worried about setting the table, putting guys in the right position, making sure Giannis is good. And so I think as he processed and we listened to that soundbite, that's what I heard more than anything. Where Middleton, look, shooter's going to shoot. Like, that's what it is.
Yeah, and that's what he's been doing. Again, he's been the clutch guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's been, as we mentioned yesterday, I think the best way to describe it is the way Holiday described it, is that Giannis is the soul of the team. He's been the soul of the franchise basically since they drafted him. but Middleton has emerged as the heart, and usually one guy is the heart and soul of a team. But here you've got two guys providing that, and that could be the difference in this. But Mike, we're going to get to X factors a little bit later on. But what I want really more right now is a matchup. Let's assume no Giannis tonight. Let's take him out of the equation, at least for tonight. And we all know the importance of Game 1 in setting the tone. So what is the matchup that you would want to see tonight and in this series that you'd say, just quickly, the matchup tonight that you think will set a tone for the series? Let's start with Mike.
Oh, I think it's strength on strength. Jrue Holiday and Chris Paul, two great point guards. Head-to-head, let them go head-to-head for maybe 7 games, and let's see who comes out on top. But two great players, that's a great matchup for me.
I think that's
Monica?
a great one, Mike T. I was vacillating. There's so many. I think Book is obviously going to be a large key in this one. I don't know if it'll be a Book-Middleton matchup, though. I think we're going to see some different
Bridges
guys
probably
guarding,
on Middleton, right?
Bridges probably on Middleton, a little bit of P.J. Tucker probably on Book, like Mike T said earlier. But those two are keys to this entire operation. But if I had to go matchup, you know where I'm going, Hahn. Matchup, man versus man, strength on strength, I'm going DeAndre Ayton and
agree
Lopez.
there. I agree. I do think Brook Lopez is going to be an interesting factor here without Giannis, and what we saw what he can be. Go back to that throwback of get back into the post and be that player. Make Ayton guard him a little bit, maybe even get him in foul trouble. Young player can't get into foul trouble.
And he has to guard Ayton on the flip side.
And then, pick and roll. Very difficult.
One of the big adjustments, if you watch the cadence of that Clippers series, if you dug into it, when DeAndre Ayton had monster games, usually, other people played well too, but I thought the chess match of him responding to Ty Lue's lineup changes, whether it was Zubac or Morris or whatever.
Yeah, they had to go small.
Yeah, and DeAndre Ayton was on the floor throughout the series and productive.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.